All right, we are live. Welcome, everyone. This is our weekly hangout. We are Team Transform, a bunch of awesome entrepreneurs from all over the world that get together every Thursday at 2 o'clock Pacific time, 5 o'clock Eastern. We give you some awesome information to help you grow your business online, whatever that business happens to be. And we do that for the first half, and then we close things down and we do a closed door mastermind with just the team, which is often the coolest part of it all. If you stick around, we'll let you know how you can be a part of that as well. But what we have for you today is going to be absolutely awesome. You guys can see me, right? I'm getting some weird stuff happening on my screen, but you can see me, right? Okay, good.
Yes.
So the women that I'm going to introduce to you here are they're baby boomers. One of them just recently left corporate America so that she could join her partner in this online adventure and venture. And so the two of them work down the hall from each other, and they are making a splash online. They are the perfect example of what you can do when you just be yourself and put yourself out there and just be open to attracting the right people into your life and into your business. And they are doing that, and you see them splashed all over the place now. Interviews and just all kinds of exciting stuff for these women because they show up. That is the most important thing is if you're not showing up in your business, things aren't going to happen. And these two definitely show up all over. And so if you haven't met them yet, and this is your first time, you will be seeing a lot more of Ellie and Carol online for years to come. I can guarantee you that. And they make it simple. They've said themselves, this is not rocket science. And quite honestly, if it was, we'd all be in big trouble because none of us would be able to do what we are able to do. This is what I can do. My kids are at school, and so I'm set up on the back deck doing my workout here on my laptop. It's, I wouldn't want it any other way. So Carol and Ellie are doing it. I'm going to turn things over to them. I'll let them introduce themselves a little bit and then fly right into us and show us their secrets to building an online business, which are, going to be awesome, valuable information. So make sure you've got a notepad, no distractions, shut everything down for a little while here. They're going to deliver the goods to you. And let me hand it over now to Ellie and Carol.
All right.
I'm waiting for you, Carol. Go ahead.
All right. My name is Carol. I'm the one who left corporate America, and I'm, as Sue said, from her deliciously inviting-looking deck there, down the hall from my partner and spouse, Ellie, and we are going to do the presentation today. And I'm going to hand it over to Ellie because she's the one who said the quote that's going to get us started today.
Great. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I am Ellie Walsh. Carol and I live in upstate New York. Things just started blowing all over here. We have all the windows open because it's warm. So every now and then it gets windy. If you hear things flying by here, you'll know why. So it's not rocket science. Carol and I were just recently interviewed with Jonathan Cronstedt, the CEO of the business, and I made that statement. It's not rocket science. So he picked up from that. But and then I ended up saying it on stage when we were on stage too in Nashville, and that's been the thing now they're throwing around, right, some of our friends. And it's not rocket science, all right? Having an online business or doing internet marketing is not rocket science. But I wasn't just saying it to all of you. I was saying it to me, too. Because I have found myself get involved and start to make it rocket science. Make like, I got to do this, and I got to figure out this, and I can't do this until I figure out this and this, and so we hold ourselves back when we get into that crazy thing. Look at all internet marketing is you have a product or a service that you're marketing on the internet, right? You just need to let people know about it. Now there's capture pages and all, but that's not rocket science. And I mean, we have a system in place to utilize that. All the people on this panel here have a system in place to utilize that. So it makes it even less rocket science. So if it's not rocket science, what is it? And, you know, I've heard people say, I've heard them say it's 80% mindset and 20% technical, you know, skills. Let's call it skills even, not even technical. Or 90% even, I've heard some people say, and 10% skills. And here's what I say. From doing this stuff for this long, okay, and I do have skills today, it's 100% mindset. That's what I truly, truly believe and realize today. And I do have skills, so I'm not telling you it's not about learning new skills or maybe having to get a little bit technical here. But if the mindset is not in place 100%, the technical, the skills are so difficult. And here's what I really found. If you start to struggle in the skill area, in the technical area, your mindset goes to crap. just the committee members get in and they start saying, I told you can't do this, or I told you this is not easy. And you know what? It is easy. It really is easy. And it comes down to what's your definition of what easy. You know, if somebody's saying, oh, is it easy? And they mean, do I just copy this, paste it over here, go to bed, you know, never do that again, and 3 weeks later I'm making, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of jobs. That's not easy. That's ridiculously unreal. Okay? So obviously there's things to learn. But it's mindset. You know, and we were at this event again in Nashville, and it was again, you know, people keep saying to us, tell me the secrets if they weren't at the event. And it's like, it's mindset. It's belief. It's belief in yourself. It's really belief in yourself. It's those committee members that tell you, you probably can't do this, you're never going to be any good at this, other people can do it better than you. Or when that stuff kicks in and you let it stay there, you don't throw it out, there goes your skills. You could be the most skilled person at the technicalities here, and if you don't have mindset, I think you're in a lot of trouble today. Carol, I know you wanted to add to this.
Yeah, I did. What I believe is that mindset is the very bottom, the foundation of the business of life, really. Why am I getting an echo? Whatever. Okay, so you're just talking about belief system, and to my way of thinking, it's first necessary to have a vision, some kind of a dream, an idea, a passion, a thought, an intention, and from that develops beliefs around that that topic, that intention, that area, that suggestion that's in your mind. And the important thing is to keep that belief system as positive as you possibly can, as you just said, Ellie, because otherwise you're going to get caught up into the negativity and start thinking about, oh, I can't do this, I'll never get to what my passion is, why do I even bother setting out these intentions, there's no sense in this, I'm no good, you know, it's right what other people told me, this is not going to work, blah, 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 whatever. So in order to get rid of that kind of thing, we have to change our thinking, as you said, and it's a shift of the mindset, a shift of the belief system. And there are a lot of different ways to do this. There are techniques and what have you, but some of the things that are put out by our company in particular, the one that we're affiliated with, they recommend listening to positive, inspiring, motivational tapes every day, and reading every day. Reading certainly is one of the biggest things that I've found. Not novels necessarily, but uplifting, personal development type books, and they certainly can help keep you on track. And also, belonging to groups such as this one that we're involved in right now. Bouncing ideas off people, listening to what they have to say, can be so uplifting and help keep you on track and help keep that positivity going. So visualization, belief, and staying on track, staying focused. So that's what I wanted to say at this point, Ellie.
I find it amusing, and I did it. I did it years ago, okay? So, you know, I mean, I got on the internet years ago, and I wanted to learn how to do business on the internet. And there were people in my life that would say, you know, mindset, and I was like, what the hell's that got to do with anything? Okay, I got to learn how to set up this WordPress site, you know? and in the business we're in today, you don't have to learn how to do that. You got a WordPress site set up for you, all right? And then you get to make it pretty how you want and pick out the template and all. But I mean, so I did have to learn, you know, but I thought, oh, it's about this and it's about that. And I watched myself and I watch other people, and you tell them mindset, mindset, mindset. They go, yeah, 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 yeah. Show me how to make that capture page. Show me how to do this. Show me how to do this thing on YouTube. And, you know, again, that stuff is great. But if you don't have this set, and I almost get scared when you tell people you got to have a vision, because then they go, oh, crap. So then they make rocket science out of having a vision. Okay? Look, just have a why, okay? Why the heck are you doing this? I promise you that's going to change if you work on your mindset. So you're here, you're doing a business, whatever it is. If you're in this business, you have a why. I'm going to say it's to make money, okay, from home. That's cool. So, and then within our community, it encompasses a lot more, because when you do meet the community, you realize, oh, I can be in business for myself, but not by myself. That's huge. And if anybody's ever done it the other way, I have. This is that's difficult, being by yourself, in business for yourself and by yourself. Now you're in business for yourself and not by yourself. But it's taking that, you know, don't make a big deal about a vision. Here's my why. I want to make, some people maybe just want to make $500 extra a month. That's cool. What does that get you? See, it's never about money. We all say, oh, it's about money. No, 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 no. If money was useless, we wouldn't be looking for it. Okay? It's for whatever money's going to get you. Time, freedom, or maybe it pays your car or your mortgage. We have ringy things here. It's like I'm in heaven when I hear those little ringy things. It pays your car, mortgage, or what have you, and it gives you freedom of relief of stress. So just take your why to that point, okay? Oh, I really want to make $500 a month, or $1,000 a month, or $20,000 a month. I don't know what it is, but there's a why in it. It's not just the money. It's the freedom within that, or being able to do something for other people. And so that's all freedom. It always comes down to freedom. There it is. Put it there. Keep it out there. That's what you want to work with. Don't make a big deal about a vision. Who is it? Who wrote the book? Start with why.
Simon Sinek. So, yeah.
Simon Sinek, right. Start with why. That's a great book to get into. And here, let's make reading easy too. I actually talked about this on stage. So yes, it's true. People say read 30 minutes a day, listen to audio 30 minutes a day. If you're not used to reading, you're like, oh crap, I can't read 30 minutes a day. I'm too busy. Okay, good. The Slight Edge is the name of that book, right?
Yes.
Carol, you just finished it? Did you just finish that book?
Not quite.
Olson?
Joel Olson, yeah.
Olson. He wrote The Slight Edge. This is a great book, because this is really about mindset. And he's talking about what's the difference between somebody who's successful versus somebody who doesn't reach that success they want. See, I don't like to call anybody a failure. And it's just a slight edge. And the slight edge is learning to do these making these little changes, slight changes, but being consistent with them. So don't freak out. If you're not a reader, read 10 pages a day. There ain't nobody here listening to this that can't do that. Ain't nobody. All right? And if you have a real problem with reading, go get an audiobook. Although I think if you can read, reading, there's another way to absorb it. So, both are there. But 10 pages a day. I don't know. I think when he figured it out, it was like 12 or 13 books a year, something like that, an average book. Anywhere from 12 probably to 15 books a year. And the average American, it's ridiculous. I don't know the fact. I don't even know if they read one book a year after they get out of school. So
this little thing kind of reminds me of a layer cake. And the very first layer, it just came to me, the very first layer is your mindset. And then say you got a multi-layer cake with 5 or 6 layers on it. And then the next layer might be learning some of the technical things that you mentioned, like the capture pages, the this, that, whatever. And then the third layer might be your going to the events with your interaction with the community, etc. And it just kind of layers on top of each other. But darn, you got to, that mindset is the bottom layer, the absolute foundation of getting it all situated.
And you can't make the cake without the bottom layer. You can't build a house without a foundation. You need the foundation, and you need to continue. I found to feed the foundation, to maintain it, I guess. Okay, because I know for me, look, I've done a tremendous amount of mindset work. Okay, and I teach this stuff, and still. The growth I have gone through in the last 2 years again is phenomenal. And it's different layers. So again, when people go, why you got to go to an event? Oh my God, the events are truly life-changing. And I know some people say, well, you never know which event you'll have your breakthrough in. That's why you got to go to them all. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Every event I have a breakthrough. Every event. There's some other layer of something that clicks in, goes deeper, aha, like whoa, and meshing with the community, really meeting these people. That's when you realize, that's helpful. It's helpful. That's feeding your mindset. When you look and say, if that person can do this, I can do this. What? We're not that different. If they were able to get to this level, $10,000 a month, $20,000, whatever it is, if they can do that, I can do that. And the cool thing is we do have that community here that we can come in and say, how did you do that? You don't get that everywhere in business. When I did life coaching on my own, and there were other life coaches, we chatted. But nobody revealed, their big secrets, which I found out, there is no secret. There is no secret.
Right.
The secret is there is no secret.
Right. I was just at a hangout last night where they were talking about, setting out a plan for the next 90 days until the next event. And there was how much you want to earn each month. That's what I was talking about when I said, a passion, an intention, a goal, whatever word you want to put on it. So say you want to make, just say $5,000 a month for the next 90 days. So that'd be $15,000. And then they talked about, how could you do that with the products that you have for sale? How many products would you have to sell, and within what period of time? How many would you have to sell each week, or each day, or each whatever? And then the other thing is, I'm sorry, I just got distracted for a moment. And then visualize this actually happening. Visualize yourself making earning this money, making these sales that you want to, and put it in your mind as though it's already happened. So the visualization was the point that they were making, and I think that that is a very important aspect of mindset as well.
Oh, oh, I am echoing. Huh? You might have to mute now when I talk. I don't know why we're getting echoes this time. So that's what it really. There's no rocket science here, okay? There isn't. And internet marketing is simple. You have a product or a service, whatever it is for us. We have products. I believe the best products that are out there today on the internet, and they're about internet marketing, and a blog that, if anybody has done that technical stuff of setting up a blog, you know, okay, what the horror can be like. Those of you who have never done it, and some of these people on the panel, they just come in and their little blog is all set up. They're like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, oh, you have no idea how lucky you got it, because I've been through the WordPress hacks and the things crashing and adding a plugin and it falls apart. And been there and done that. That's not going to happen here. So you have a product that you, for me, I love these products. I love them, okay? I know people can benefit from them. So I'm just going to tell people about it. You know, and there's different ways to find ways. Yes, is there a technical aspect to that? There's just looking at different ways to put that information out into the marketplace. For me, this is about, when you have a community like this, okay, this is grassroots. This is so-called average people. I don't really like that word, average, but everyday people, or the people that make up the majority of this world, okay? It is about each one of us just putting your hand out and saying, if you like this, I can help you do this. And that, to me, is, I mean, that's what makes this country tick, okay? That's grassroots. That's freedom. You know, my big why is freedom. It's all about freedom. And money is concerned in that, because money gives me, it's like a power tool. And so it gives me opportunities to do what I want to do in my life and to help the people that I want to help. That's what money does for me. So it's all about freedom, and it's about knowing other people that don't see their way over here in maybe the job they're in, or the boomers who are going, how the hell can I retire? Okay, I can't even afford to retire. Here's a way that not only can you create an income so that you can retire, but you create a community that there is nothing, okay, that can replace that. And I learn that every time on another level when we go to the business. You've got to get that mindset, okay? And so you've got to read. One of the biggest books for me that was life-changing, and it sounds like a weird name, right? Psycho-Cybernetics. The life-changing that book was for me, because it really explains how we run, you know, how we have these stored beliefs who usually belong to other people, and we pick them up and we operate on them, and we don't take the information and absorb it from our own knowledge and senses and make our own decisions, because the brain is like a computer, and it's following what's stored in your mindset. So if you ain't creating and changing and shifting those limiting beliefs, you're going to keep living limited outcomes.
I'll give you a little personal example of this from the other day, just recently, as a matter of fact. And thank God I do have generally speaking, a very positive mindset, because I know what I'm doing is the right thing, and I'm committed to that belief. I'm very firm in that. But I had set out a list the night before of some things I wanted to do the next day, and I started with 1, got a little bit stuck. Okay, so I moved to 2, got a little bit stuck, so I moved to 3, didn't quite work out, and at that point I had a mini meltdown. And Ellie, as you said before, Ellie, you said it's the technical stuff that can challenge your mindset. So you happened to notice that I was a little off, and you said, "What's the matter?" And I said, "Nothing I tried to do worked out yet. What's going on here?" So you got me quickly right back on the right path again. And again, that's the joy of not being in this business by yourself. So I leaned on you, and you were able to get me redirected.
Yeah, and those are the, one of the things I've always taught people is be aware of that we're used to following that downward path. Oh crap, nothing's working today, and then nothing continues to work. Isn't that amazing? So I wish you to all realize how powerful you are. Okay, it's the same thing when the person comes into work and some people are coughing and then they go, I hope I don't get a cold. Oh, 2 days later they start going, oh, I think I'm getting a cold. Oh, I think I'm going to get sick. And damn, they're sick in another 2 days. Okay, you can call that germs. I call it how damn powerful people's minds are. Because I get people and they go, don't kiss me, I have a cold. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care you got a cold. I'm not afraid of your germs. Germs are here all the time. We act like the germs aren't always here. Germs are always here. So I don't get into that. The same thing about what's going to happen my bad day. If I keep talking about my bad day, that's what I keep living, is my bad day. So I have to find ways to shift it. Reading helps that. Being in a community, talking to somebody, a like-minded person. Please don't talk to your negative friend about your negative stuff, because they're going to put an anchor on you and you're going down, okay? Because that's what we do with each other for years. I did that. So, you want to talk to like-minded people who are into uplifting, all right, and saying, whoa, 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 slow down. One of the questions I always ask when something starts to bother me is, how can I experience this differently? And your brain goes, oh, because it's not used to you asking questions like that. It's used to you rolling, getting on that. It's a neural pathway in your brain. That ain't rocket science either. And you roll with it, okay? So you just put a detour as you started to roll. And your brain likes questions. So it goes, ooh, yeah, how can I experience this differently? And you got to do that enough. One time in your life is going to change you a little bit. But if you do it enough, your brain now starts serving you those answers before you ask the question. I promise you that. You all listening here, you got to do it for at least 2 weeks. I prefer 30 days. And then come back and talk to me and tell me, because I know what you'll tell me. So I see we're coming at the time here. I don't know if anybody has questions, anybody has comments, people want to add stuff. Carol, you too. I'm not cutting you off.
No, I would just say that you asked that question, how can I see this differently? And certainly that is a big help. My bottom line statement, once I can get my feet back on the ground, is I'm in the process of. I love that. So when something's not going, when something's not going quite the way I'd like it to, if I say I'm in the process of changing this or looking at this differently or whatever, that helps me a lot.
That's all I wanted to tell them. Ellie, how do I work this business? Mindset. Work on your mindset. The other stuff will come to you. You'll learn it. You're in meetings like this, group things. We're over here. We're doing that. That'll come to you. But if you don't got that mindset going for you, where you believe in you, okay, then all that other stuff is gonna be in your way. Here, you need this button.
That was easy.
I love that button.
That was easy.
Stereo.
So I don't know if anybody's got anything to add here.
I'll just say a word or two. Just, when anytime that we go on to a training or a hangout or a live call or we watch a video or anything, often there's just like one like sometimes you just take one thing away. I took a lot away from what you guys said, but I talk to you all the time, so I know your mindset. I know the value that you always bring, and But one thing I got, and it was just a nice kick in the pants for me, is about the reading. And I've fallen off that. I used to listen to personal growth audio every day. I did that for years, consistently. It was part of my day, and I haven't been doing that, so I'm just fessing up, and I know, that was my aha, that I need to get back to that. And when you talked about psycho-cybernetics, I've got that audiobook here, and I looked it up. I'm like, is it still on here? So I'm committing to getting back to listening to that. I've started that one a couple times. I know how awesome that one is, and I know it's what I need. I know it's what we all need, is that those mindset tweaks, because it's just stuff happens all the time in our lives. But I know that for me, when I've been consistent with that, it makes everything just kind of balanced, and and you just realize how important it is. So thank you for that. That's my big aha.
Thank you. It's true. I remember you used to talk about it, so I didn't know you weren't doing it, but I haven't heard you talk about it. So
that's right. I fell off that. So yeah, it's so important, and as busy as we are, and it's like, oh, I don't have time for that. That's BS, right? We all have the same amount of time. You make time for the things that are important and that you prioritize. So obviously, I haven't been prioritizing that, and it's time to get back at it. So thank you, ladies.
thank you.
Anybody else want to say, because we want to get to our private mastermind as well. Is there anybody else who wants to add something before we wrap up here?
Yeah, I'll just add something really briefly. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So much is wisdom, but I love the cake analogies. Just sort of stuck with me. I can just really just get that mindset foundation of the first layer, and then just the different layers, and it's just like it is absolutely the foundation. So I just echo that, and it's just a good visual as well. I'm going to go and make a cake, I reckon, today. A mindset cake.
Good one.
I just recently discovered something. I'm Christian, and a lot of the things that we profess and are being taught are all based on principles from the Word of God. So it's really nice to actually hear them spoken. And I just discovered Joel Osteen, O-S-T-E-E-N, I think, out of Texas. The man is an absolutely phenomenal speaker. He's funny. Just as you begin to lose it, he just changes the subject and throws in a joke. And he's just really great. He's really smooth, but he's got so many principles in what he's saying. And as I was taking a shower getting ready for this event, I just plugged in the phone and blasted him, and it changed my whole mood just to hear the word being spoken. So it was great. So I highly suggest that anybody look him up.
That's cool.
Good. Thank you. Okay, I guess we can wrap it up then, huh?
Yeah, you girls look great.
Sue will wrap us up.
All right, you know what? I'm kind of excited to wrap this one up, because there is a new app that I was just introduced to that I am going to show the rest of you, and this is a game changer. This is like the coolest thing I've seen in a while. So we're going to close the doors, and I'm going to share that, and we'll get into some other good stuff. We all like to talk about what we've been working on, new things that we've learned, and we share that with each other. And if you would like to be a part of our mastermind as well, you just have to click on that big green button below. Say you want to get started. It's all about building your business online. So even if you don't have a business, if you've already got a business, it doesn't matter. It's all about getting yourself out there with blogs and with videos and with social media and with a community like this. When you have this community that you can work with, it just propels you in a way that you probably didn't even realize was possible. So click on the big yellow button, get on the inside, and you'll be able to be a part of our closed door mastermind. And again, you can join us every Thursday for our Team Transform weekly hangout at 2 o'clock Pacific time, 5 o'clock Eastern. So we will see you all next week. Big thank you, Ellie and Carol.
Thank you. Bye, everybody. Here we go. Going out.